Hello all, welcome to practice Selenium Java Automation here training series. As part of this session, I am going to show you how to automate these windows or handling multiple windows at this particular page at LetCode application. So how to come to that page? If you go to the home page of letcode.in, if you type this letcode.in and you just click on this workspace option, and in the workspace option, we already have completed as part of the previous practice challenges like input challenge we completed, buttons challenge we completed, drop downs and multi-selection box fields and other challenges we completed, alerts related challenge we completed, and we completed the frames related challenge and radio button related challenges also we completed. Now let's try to complete this window challenge as part of this session. For that, I'll click on this option and will be taken to this Windows page. Here, some challenges are provided. According to the challenges, according to the instructions given here, according to the instructions that are given here, you see, click on the home button, then go to newly opened tab, print the title of the page, close the parent window, close the child window, click on multiple windows button. Okay, repeat this. Okay, so these things we have to automate, guys. So let's get started. I'll show you how to automate handling multiple windows as part of this challenge, as part of this session. So let's get started. I'll switch to Eclipse IDE. Here I'm going to write I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to name this class as Windows, handling Windows or Windows demo, I'll say. Okay. Multiple windows or Windows demo with main method. I'll create, guys, with main method. Click on finish. Once you create this class with the main method, inside the main method, I am going to write the code like this. Web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. And here I'm going to provide the circular brackets and press Control Shift O. When I press Control Shift O, here in this IDE, it will automatically import the web drivers from Selenium library and also automatically import the Chrome driver class also from the Selenium library. Web driver is an interface, Chrome driver is a class predefined. All this got imported automatically when you press Control plus Shift plus O key together. Then I'll write the next line, that is driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay. Then driver dot get. I'll provide the application URL here that I want to automate. Here is the application URL. I'll copy this application URL from this and paste it here in the get command. This get command will open the application URL in the browser, okay, in the maximize browser. After the browser gets maximized and opens this application URL, now onwards, I would like to follow these instructions. First, I have to click on the home button. This is a home button, right? Click on the home button. So click on the home button, go to the newly opened tab, print the title of the page, okay? We have to click on the home button. Okay, this is home button, guys. Okay, right click on this and select inspect option. So the moment I right click on this button and click on inspect option, I got one HTML code. This is HTML code which is locating this. This is HTML code which is locating this or this HTML code for this button, we can say. There is an ID here. I'll copy the ID of this button and here write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID of that particular button. Inside the double quotes, you provide the ID of that particular button here. And the return type of this find element is a web element, okay? The return type of the find element is a web element. I'll create web element. I'll say home button, okay? Home button. I want to click on that home button. What will happen if you click on the home button? I'll inspect this and I'll hover the mouse on this and import this web element interface from Selenium library, or you can simply press Control Shift O, it will be automatically imported. Fine. I just want to click on this home button. So I would like to run this code. What will happen when you click on this home button? When you click on this home button, it will open in a new tab. Some new tab will open. A new window tab will open, guys. So go to the newly opened tab. It is saying means definitely when I click on this home button, it will open a new tab. let's run the automation script that I have written so far and see whether it's opening a new window in the new tab or not. Okay. On clicking on this home button, a new window should open up in the new tab of the browser. Okay. The script will start in a while. It has opened the Chrome browser, maximize the browser, opened the application URL and taken us to this Windows page, and it has to click on open homepage button. The page is still loading. Selenium will obediently wait until the page loads completely. Till then, it will not perform any operation. As you can see, the page is still loading. So we have to wait. There is no other way. Selenium also will wait obediently for the page load to complete. Once the page loading is completed, immediately it's going to click on the orange color open home page button. Okay, you see immediately after the page load, just click on the open home page button, and that home page button, on clicking that, has opened in a new window. A new window got opened in a new tab. Okay, on clicking this, you see what will happen? It will open this new window as part of the new tab. Okay, so this is what happened so far. Now, what are the next instructions we have here? After you click on the home page button or home button in the script, the next activity we have here as per the instructions is go to the newly opened tab. You see, the Selenium focus, even though you open how many new windows, doesn't matter. The Selenium focus will be there on this parent window only. This is a child window that is coming out. Okay, when I click on this button, I got a new child window opened in a new tab. But this is a new child window. But what is the original parent window? This is the original parent window where you have clicked on this home page button. Selenium focus will still be there on this parent window only. It will not by default switch to the new child window when a new child window gets opened. It looks like the Selenium focus has come here visually, but Selenium focus is still there on this same window. Now, if you have to go to the newly opened tab or window and print the title of this particular page, that is Let Code Testing Hub. Okay. So just to prove that, after you click on the open homepage button and this window has come, if I print the title of the page, this page title will be printed or this particular title of the page will be printed. The parent home page, the parent window title will be printed. The Selenium focus will be still there on the parent window only, not the child window, even though the new child window appears like this is in selected state and all, but the Selenium is still there on the focus of the Selenium, or the vision of the Selenium is still there on this parent window only. Okay. So how can I prove that the Selenium focus has not went to the newly opened window in the new tab? Rather, it is there on the parent window itself, original parent default window itself. To prove that, here, after I click on this particular button, I would like to get the title of the page. If I get this particular title, parent window title, that means Selenium focus is there on the parent title. If I get this particular title of the newly opened child window, okay, then I can confirm that we can understand that the Selenium is there here. Okay, I just want to prove you that the Selenium focus, no matter how many windows, whether you open a new tab or new pop-up windows or whatever it is, by default, it will be still there on the parent original default window only. So when I try to print the title of the page after the new window opens up, still the title of the parent window will be printed in the output, guys. That is the window handling hyphen let code will be printed rather than let code testing hub. Okay. It will not print let code testing hub. Rather, it will be retrieving the title of this parent window only. Okay. So after you click on the home button, a new window gets opened up, and still the focus of the Selenium will be there on the parent window only. To prove that, I'm going to retrieve the title of the page. Since now there are two windows, this get title command has to choose either the child window title or parent window title. If it chooses the parent window title, if it retrieves the parent window title, that proves that the focus of the Selenium is still there on the parent window. Okay, it has not moved to the newly opened child window. So here get title will return the string. I'll simply say page title is equal to, and here I write down system.out.println page title. I'll say, okay, I'll print the page title. And now after that, I'll just run the code, guys. I'll just run the code to see which title is getting printed. So right click, run as Java application. Let's see what is happening here. So I've run the code, guys. It will run the script. It will first open the Chrome browser in a while. Then maximize the browser. It will go to the Windows application, Windows page of that Let Code application. After that, it will click on the home page once the page loads. Once the page loads completely, then it's going to click on that button, and once that particular new child window also opens up and loads up, now it has to get the title of the window. Which window, parent window or child window? If it gets the title of the parent window, that is window handling hyphen let code, that means the focus of the Selenium is still there on the parent window, not on the child window. Okay. So let's go to the Eclipse IDE and see the output. What title got printed? Window handling let code, which is the title of the parent window. You see, this is the title of the parent window, window handling let code. Even though the new child window came, still the title of the old default or original opened parent window got retrieved and printed. That proves that Selenium focus is still there on the parent window only. Okay, even after you open the child window. Okay, even after you open the child window, the focus of the Selenium is there on the parent window only. Fine. Okay, great. Next is what? Next instruction is print the title of the page. But here they're asking us to print the title of which page? They're asking us to print the title of which page? Newly opened tab. If you want to get the title of this newly opened tab, here we have printed the, even after clicking on the home button, we have printed the title of the home, the parent window only. Okay. We can get the title here also. Even after clicking the button also, we got that. But if you really want to get the title of this child window, okay, but they are asking here as per the instructions, go to the newly opened tab, then print the title of that newly opened tab. They are saying they are not asking us to get the title of the parent window. So this line, I don't want to write like this. Rather, what we have to do is, after you click on this home button, after this new child window opens up, you have to make the Selenium switch from this parent window to the child window. How to make the Selenium switch from this window to this window? For that, before I click on the home button, I'll do one thing. Okay. Before I click on the home button, I'll do one thing. That is, I'll write the code like this. Driver dot get window handle. At this particular line, after line 14, okay. After the line 14 means after you open the Chrome browser, maximize the browser and open this application URL, how many windows will be there? Only one window will be there at this line. After line 14, only one window will be opened before you click on the home button. Only one window will be there. So here I'll write down driver dot get window handle. I'll say driver dot get window handle. This will return you the window ID. It will return you the window ID of the parent window ID. Okay, it is returning you the parent window ID, which is nothing but this window handling let code titles related, where we have all these instructions that is the parent window ID. Parent window ID will be retrieved by the get window handle command. Then after after retrieving the, when only one window was there, that is nothing but the parent window. So I captured the parent window ID by using this get window handle command. Now, after that, I'll click on this. After that, I'll click on this open home page, and this will come here. New window will come here. Now, I want to switch to this new window and get the title of the child window. I don't want to get the title of the parent window. As per the instructions here, we have to get the title of the child window, guys, not the parent window. How to make the Selenium move or go from this parent window to the child window? For that, we have to write some code. Okay, for that we have to write some code. So how to write that code? That is, first of all, after you click on the home button dot click, how many windows will be there here? After the line 19, how many windows will be there? There will be two windows. Okay, here after you click on home button dot click, there will be two windows. So how to capture that multiple windows? I'll simply write down driver dot get window handles. Okay, I'll just simply write down driver dot get window, and instead of handle, I'll write handles. Okay, because multiple windows are there. After the 19th line, after the home button has been clicked here, parent window is there, child window is there. I want to capture both the windows. So for that reason, I'll write driver dot, instead of get window handle command, I'll use get window handles command. Okay, this get window handles command will return you the window IDs in the string format for both this parent window and child window, that is multiple windows open in the form of string IDs. Okay, in the form of string IDs, in the form of set of strings. It's not one window, right? In multiple windows. So set of string format. Set is something from collections, right? In Java, we have set interface in collections framework. So here set of strings like that. Okay. Here I'll simply say window IDs. I will say. Okay. two windows are there. Window IDs of two things will be there. It's not just one window, multiple window IDs. It will capture here and send it. And I have to select, hover the mouse on this, and here select create local variable window IDs. Okay, just select this option. The return type of this particular method get window handles, that is set of string, will be added automatically or declared to this particular thing with the help of this Eclipse function, Eclipse smart feature. Okay, when you hover the mouse and simply say create local variable, automatically the return type of this will come here. Right, fine. Next thing is for each child. So the next logic we have to write, guys. Okay, the next logic we have to write. We have to write some, we can write some loop or whatever it is. That for each also we can write. Okay, that's also okay. So we'll use for each loop. For each loop is generally suitable for arrays and collections, right? So I'll go with the for each loop. Here each and every window ID is which type? String type. I'll simply say string. And here I'll write window ID. String window ID colon string window ID colon window IDs. Like this I'll write. Okay. String window ID colon window IDs. Like this for each and every window ID in this window ID set of window IDs. Here set will store these window IDs in a random order. So we don't know whether which one is the parent window, first window ID that is in the first iteration, whether that window ID that is coming here from the window ID set of strings is either a parent window or child window. We don't know because set will store the window IDs in a random order. So maybe in the first position, child window ID may be there. In the second position of this window IDs, the parent window ID may be there, or in the first position parent window or second position child window ID may be there. So why to have that confusion? We can simply do one thing, guys. Okay, we can simply do one thing. That is, I would like to write some code like this. If in this particular iteration from this multiple window IDs, whatever the window ID that is coming in the first iteration, if it is dot equals, it is equals to this parent window ID, it is equal to parent window ID, write the if block, and you just make this thing opposite, guys, by writing the not operator here. If this particular window ID is not equal to the parent window ID, then it will be which window ID? In this iteration of the for each loop, okay, from the window IDs, we may either get a parent window or child window. Let's assume that parent window has been assigned here. So parent window ID dot equals parent window ID will return true. Not of true means it will become false, will not go inside the if block. What if the window IDs is giving you, returning you as one of the window IDs, child window ID. So child window ID equals parent window ID. That will return in false. Not of false will become true and will go inside the if block. Will go inside the if block because that is a opposite operation. And after that, okay, if that is not a parent window ID, definitely it's going to be the child window ID, right? Then that window ID is nothing but a child window ID. I can capture that here. If I want string child window ID is equal to null, I'll say. And if that is really not a parent window ID, I'll simply write down child window ID. Okay, child window ID is equal to this particular window ID. If that window ID is not a parent window ID, definitely I can assign this window ID to the child window ID. This is the logic I'm writing, guys. After this, for each loops gets done, okay, then we'll come to a conclusion that child window ID will be identified. Now I want to switch to the child window ID. Simply I'll write down driver dot switch to dot, okay, window. Okay, I have to write, not to, in order to make the Selenium focus move from the parent window to the child window, I have to write this command driver dot switch to dot window command. And here I have to provide the child window ID. Then Selenium will, focus of the Selenium will go to the child window from the parent window. Then only the focus of the Selenium will go to the child window. Now, if you get the title of the page, you see, then we have to print the title of the page. If you retrieve the title of the page, then child window title will be retrieved and we can print it out. Okay. As per the challenge, we have to print the title of the child window. So simply what I'll do, since I already have switched to the child window, I'll simply write down the code like this: driver dot get title, driver dot get title. Okay. And this will return you the child window title. Okay. I'm pretty sure because we have perfectly switched to the child window and we are getting the child window title now. Okay. System.out.println. I'll just print out this child window title here in the print statement and simply run the code and observe what is happening. I'll close the previous run and then run it freshly to see what is happening. We'll open the Chrome browser, maximize the browser, open the application URL in the parent window. Okay. After that, it will retrieve the window ID of that single window, that is parent window here. And then the rest will happen. Let's see and check. After it clicks on open home page, and it has to retrieve the title of the child window, not the parent window. This time it will switch to the child window and it should get the title of the child window. This proves that we have switched to the child window with the help of the Selenium WebDriver commands. Okay. Let code testing hub, which is nothing but the title of the child window, newly opened child window. That task is completed, guys. We have completed that task. After that, what we have to do? We have to close the parent window. Then we have to close the child window. How to close the parent window? How to close the child window? It's very simple now. So to close the parent window, already we captured the parent window ID, right? Simply we can write down driver dot switch to dot window of. You switch to this parent window ID. Okay, switch to the parent. Whenever you want, you can switch to the parent window ID that we have captured only when one window was there, that is parent window. After we click on the home page, by writing this logic, we have captured the child window ID. If that window ID in the for each iteration is not equal to parent window ID, we capture the child window ID. We switch to the child window ID. We got the title. Now we have to close the. We have to switch to the from child newly opened child window. We have to switch to the parent window and we have to close this one. That is the instruction. Okay, that's the instruction, guys. How to do that? For that, I have to run the script. So I have to switch to the parent window and simply say driver.close. That's it. Now let's see out of these two windows. Okay, after getting the title of the child window, now Selenium Focus should move from the child window to the parent window and it has to close this parent window. Okay, and only child window should remain. Okay, so let's see whether that is happening or not. I've run the script, guys. I've run the script. Let's see what is happening now. Will it close the parent window or not? It has to get the title from the title of the page from the child window after switching, and from there it has switched to the parent window and has to close the parent window tab. Parent window tab should be closed and child window tab should stay. So it will not click on the home page button until the page loads. Selenium will wait for the page load to be completed. Till then it will keep waiting. Okay, it has to keep waiting until the page loads, guys. Otherwise, the script will not be continued. Okay, the script will not be. Yeah, once the page load is complete, it went to the child window, and after the child window loads, it will get the title of the child window. You see, it has closed one of the window. Which window it has closed? As you can clearly see, this is a child window case. Let code testing hub is a child window. The parent window was something different, like handling window, something was there, right? But here testing hub is there, which is a child window. This is nothing but a child window that is still open. Okay. Here let code dotting slash window was there in the parent window. Okay, but that got closed. Why? Because we have switched it back to the parent window and closed the parent window. Now there are a few more instructions in the parent window. After you close the parent window, you have to close the child window. Again, I have to switch back. Only one window is there. Since the focus went to the parent window and the focus Selenium focus went to the parent window and Selenium has closed the parent window. Now, in order to close the child window, again the Selenium should come to the child window. Again, the Selenium has to switch to the child window, guys. In order for the Selenium to switch to the child window, I have to write driver dot switch to dot window of here this child window title you just give here. Okay, child window ID you give. Okay, child window ID, whatever the child window ID you captured, right? The child window ID you have to give. Once you switch to the child window, now if you say driver dot close, this time it will close the child window also. It will switch to the child window and this time it will close. It will not even make this child window remain. It will also close the child window. Let's run this code and see whether after closing the parent window, child window is getting closed or not. Okay, it will switch between the parent window and child window. Okay, so first it was there on the parent window. It clicked on the open home page button. Then it switched to the child window. It got the title of the child window. Then it switched back to the parent window and close the parent window. After closing the parent window, again it will switch back to the child window and close it. Okay, it has closed it, guys. As you can see, it has closed both the windows. Okay, it has closed both the windows. You can run it again if you want. Don't worry about that errors or exceptions that are coming. That generally happens when when you use driver dot close here. Okay, that is not an error here. You can ignore that. Okay, that's a warning only. That even though it looks in red color, it is a warning. So don't have to worry much. Just let me run it again. There is no window available here. You just see here. It has opened the parent window. And on the parent window, it will click on the open home page button. It will switch to the child window and get the title of the page. After the page loads, it will get the title of the page, then switch to the child window. Parent window, close the parent window, and then we'll switch to the child window and close the parent child window. Like that, it is switching between the parent child like that. And finally it closed all the windows. And this is a warning message, guys. Don't worry about this. Socket exception is common. That's okay. You can ignore that. There's no problem in that. So next instruction we have here is, that's all, guys. That's all. One of the scenario is completed. Okay. As part of this, that is one of the scenario, guys. Okay. That's one of the scenario. So click on the home page button, close the parent window, close the child window. After you close the windows, you cannot do anything, guys. Okay. This is another scenario. Whatever they have given the instruction is another scenario that you have to achieve separately. Again, we have to open this application URL. Then we have to click on multiple windows button. Once we click on the multiple, we have to print all the window titles. Okay, how many windows will open, right? Multiple windows. Titles of all the multiple windows we have to retrieve and close all the windows. That's the thing, guys. Okay. We have to print all the window titles and close all. This is another scenario, guys. Another test case. You don't think that is all single test case that they are asking us. From here to here is one test case that we have automated already. Another test case we have to automate, guys. That is this part. Click on multiple windows button, print all the window title, close all the windows. Okay. After you open this and click on this multiple windows, then you have to click after opening this. Instead of clicking on home page, you have to click on multiple windows as part of the second test case. Then print multiple windows will be opened. You have to print all the window titles and close all the windows. That's another scenario we have to automate. So the first test case is completed, guys. First test case is completed. We can do one thing. Since already TestNG is integrated here, we can do one thing. Instead of writing this as a main method, we can write something like this: public void handling windows test1. Okay, I'll just write test1. Okay, and here remove the string of args. And before this method, you just provide @test annotation from TestNG. Hover the mouse on this and import this @test from TestNG library. Okay, that's it. Now we can run this using TestNG, guys. Right click here and say run as. We'll get TestNG test option. Now instead of Java application running this particular thing, TestNG will run this. Okay, using TestNG we are running the script. Let's see what will happen. The same script I'm running is whatever the test case we have automated so far. I'm running that here simply. So fine, it will click on the open home page button. All these things will happen. Switch to the child window, get the title of the child window. After switch to the parent window, close the parent window, and you switch to child window and close the child window. That has got passed finally. That has got passed finally. If you are getting socket exception, you can ignore it. There's nothing wrong in that. Okay. So that's one of the test case, guys. That is one of the test case that we have completed. And I'll create one more test case inside the same class with the name public void handling windows test2. Okay, I'll just write on handling windows test2, and here on the top of this again I'll provide @test annotation, because here we don't have any main method. We are running the automation test with the help of TestNG. Okay, so fine, that's all. Then we'll write the code, same code, driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, for the second test case, what you have to do? You have to open the Chrome browser, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get provide this application URL, that is Windows application URL. And after opening the application URL, what I have to do? The next thing is that as per the second test case, we have to click on the multiple windows button. We have to click on this multiple windows button instead of home page button. How to click on the multiple windows button? I'll inspect this multiple windows button here using the inspect option. Using the inspect option, I'll right click on the multiple windows button. And here we have an ID. Copy this ID. Come back here and write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of that multiple windows button. So, and here write down multiple windows button. So what happens when you click on this multiple windows button, multiple windows will get opened. I'll show you how the multiple windows will get opened. Dot click. So here, if I right click on the file and say run as TestNG test, all these two tests will run. I already have run the test, right? So I'll run this second test. Here, there's separate run option coming here. If you have installed TestNG in this particular Eclipse IDE, you will get this run option. Just click on that run option. So this particular individual test will run rather than both the tests. So only one test should run here. It will open the Chrome browser, then maximize the browser. Then it will open the application URL. This time it will click on multiple windows button. After the page loads, it's instead of home page button, it will click on multiple windows button, and multiple windows got opened here. You see, total one. This is the parent window, two child windows got opened. Let code with Kaushik saying alert is being displayed, and let code with Kaushik and drop down is getting displayed. Okay, this alert page and drop down page, multiple windows came up. Okay, so now what I want to do is what is that we have to do here? print all the window titles. Whatever the window titles are there, we have to print it out. Okay, you can print the window titles. Let code with Kaushik, let code with Kaushik, that window title should come. So here multiple windows are opened here. After I click on that multiple windows button. So I simply have to do what here I have to write to get the titles of all the windows that are opened in new tab or whatever it is. I have to use a command known as get window handles command, which will retrieve the window IDs of every window that is opened here in the form of string, set of string. Otherwise, the return type is set of string. Multiple window IDs will be there, right, for every window. So for every window, one window ID will be there. So three windows are there, three window IDs will come. String of set of string otherwise. Okay. The return type is here I'll say window IDs. Simply I'll say window IDs, multiple window IDs. So open over the mouse on that and say create local variable and set of windows will come. Okay. Once that is done, what I have to do next? I have to write for each loop for each and every window ID. Here, how many windows are there? Three windows are there. Three windows window IDs are there. I'll copy this and here write down string window ID colon window IDs. Okay. So window ID colon window IDs. Okay. For each and every window ID, there are three windows opened up. That is first one is the parent window. Here it got opened, and after that, once you click on the multiple windows button, two more new child windows got opened up. Total, how many window IDs are there? Total, how many window IDs are there? Total three windows ID are there, including the parent window. Okay, including the parent window. There are one parent window, two child windows. I want to iterate through the each and every windows with the help of this window IDs of that. Okay, but here set of string, we don't know whether this particular window is a parent window or child window or next child window. We don't know. So because set of string will store this window IDs in a random order. So first one may be parent window, second may be child one, third may be child two, or first one may be child one, second one may be parent window, and third can be child window 2, or first one can be child window 2 and second one can be the child window 1, or third one can be the parent. It can be in any order, guys, random order, we don't know, but whatever it is, we'll simply driver dot switch to dot that particular window command, and I will switch to the window, whatever the window, it may be parent window or child window. Here they have asked us to print all the window ID windows titles. Okay, they're not asking us to switch to a particular window and only that particular title. They are not asking. Whatever the windows, there are multiple windows are there. We have to get the titles of each and every window, every window that is currently open here, guys. For that, I'll switch here. I'll switch to one of the window in this for each loop will run three times. Here for each loop will run three times. One of the window I'm switching in the one of the iteration using the window ID. We don't know which window ID that is parent or child. We don't know. Once after switching that, I'll simply write the print statement like this: system.out.println driver dot get title. This after switching to the window ID, that particular Windows title will be retrieved and printed. Finally, after the for each loop runs, I would like to quit the browser. All the browser windows will be closed at a go. Instead of saying driver dot close, which will only close the current open window. But here, once the task is done, what is the use of keeping the windows open? We can close all the windows. Okay, irrespective of any window, we can close all the windows. All the currently opened browser windows will be closed using this driver.quit command, guys. Simply run the script here. This time, you should get the window IDs of all the windows that are opened here, guys. Let's run the script and see what is happening. Right click run as TestNG test and see what is happening. It will be a bit fast. Okay, it will be a bit fast. So if the page loading is not taking much time, it will be faster. If the page loading is taking time, it will be slow only. First, the parent window is loading. Then it has to click on multiple windows after the page load. And this time only one window, but sometimes two windows are getting opened up. Sometimes one window, that doesn't matter. Whatever the window that, okay, here what happened only, okay, maybe two scripts are running, guys. Sorry, two scripts are running. I didn't run the script properly. I'll do one thing. I'll stop the script. And I'll run it properly this time. Maybe I have right click run as. Instead of that, I have to click on this run button, guys. Okay, only this test should run. The first test is also running. That's the reason. Now this time, let's see what is happening. I don't want to run the two tests at the same time. I want to run only one test that I have automated here. Second test case I want to run. So it has to click on multiple windows. Yeah, multiple windows came. And it will switch to the multiple windows and get the titles of all the windows once they got loaded. And finally, it will quit the browser. You see, page titles of the parent window and child windows got retrieved and printed here. After that, with the help of this driver.quit, the browser got all the browser windows that are there, all the multiple windows that are open in the browser got completely closed. Irrespective of no browser got left out. That's the purpose of quit, right? We already know. Okay, so this is nothing but what is the challenge here. You see, close all the windows using driver.quit go that we have done. So is there anything that we are left out as part of this challenge? Let's see the insights here, like how to solve the problem. Without looking at the instructions, we have solved the problem. But is there anything that we can, or is there any other way or alternative way for automating this? Let's see here. Window handling concept we applied. Close command we have used. Split command for closing all the browser windows. We have done that. Get title we have used it. But we have not used any list or set we have used it. Set we have used. Linked has set or set we have used it. Okay. Set we have used. Then iterator or loop we have not used. Loop we have used. Either you can use iterator or you can use loop. We have used for each loop, right? That is enough. But if you want to use iterator also, we can use, guys. How means instead of for each loop, we can, in place of the for each loop, we can use iterator. How? Just comment this for each loop. Okay. If you want to use iterator in place of this for each loop, we can still use, guys. How? The set of window IDs is there now. Copy that window IDs dot call a method from the collections interface. We'll get this inherited method for the set interface, and using the object reference of the set interface, we inherited iterator method from the collections interface is coming here, and this will return you the object reference of the iterator interface. Okay, I'll say itr is equal to hold the mouse on this and create local variable iterator of the window ID type, that is string will come. Now this iterator interface has some predefined methods. I'll write like this. While the logic should be written like this. Instead of for each loop, we are using iterator to iterate through all the window IDs. itr dot has next. If there is a particular window ID, then what we have to do? We have to switch to that particular window ID, and then driver dot switch to dot window of. Here I have to write itr dot next command. Okay, this will get you the window ID of one of the window. Okay, itr is checking here whether any window IDs are there. If it is there, one of the window ID it will take with the help of itr dot next. After switching that, what I have to do? System dot out dot println driver dot get title. I have to print. That's it. Same way, driver dot get title. It will get title of one of the window. Done. Now run the code here. So instead of using the for each loop, we can also use iterator here. As per the instructions, we can also use iterator here. I'm running the script here, guys. I'm running the script and see what is happening. I'm just running the script and see what is happening. With the help of this iterator also, the iteration of the multiple windows will happen. Selenium will switch between the multiple windows that are getting opened. What did I do? Just give me a second, guys. Did I run it properly, or again the same mistake I have done? Right click run as I should not do. I just have to click on, because there are two test cases here. If I directly right click run as, right, both the test cases will run. I want only the second test case to run. So I'm just especially pressing this run button here. Okay. So the script will run in a while. The second test case will only have to run in a while. Is it started or not? Only the second test case should run. Let's see what is happening here. Yeah. So I'll just close this here and see. I'll stop this here and freshly write the code. Okay, I'll freshly run the code here. So here run is there. Just click on that run. Freshly it has to start the running. It's taking some time. Just wait. Is that not happening? It's taking time now. Let's see what is happening. So something happened here, guys. Already some script has run here. Don't understand what's happening here. Just close this. Okay. Here instead of running this, I have to run this one. But I'm not pressing it properly. I don't know what's happening here. But should run the second test case only this time. Okay. Instead of the first test case, it has to run the second test case. But let's see what will happen here. Again, the same thing is happening. Maybe I'll do one thing. I'll just close this file once. Just close this file once. Sometimes it is needed, when something is not working properly, we have to just open the file again. Once I open the file, I'll just click on this run button. Yeah, this time it will run, I guess so. Okay, second test case we have to run. Some temporary glitch was there. That's okay. Click on multiple windows got opened, switch to the multiple windows, and then it has to retrieve the text of the title of that particular windows and close them. You see, it is working still fine, right? It's working still fine. With the help of iterator also it is working, with the help of for each loop also it is working. Any other instructions we have, let's see. We were able to use this stuff, iterator loop we can use. Set is also done, set is also done, set is also done, but list is left out. What purpose we can use list, Here set is there, but if you want to use the list, how to use the list, okay? So here I can use a list like this. For example, I'll just comment this part. Okay, if I have to use a list in this case, what I can do is I can write down here like list. If I have to use a list, if they are instructing me to use a list for retrieving the title, page titles of every page, I can use a list here, list of string, I'll say. Here I'll say list is equal to, okay, collections dot add all method I'll use. And here in the add all method, I'll simply pass the window IDs. Okay. Over the mouse on the add all. So actually, I should not be writing this list, I think so. Just give me a second. Let's do one thing. Collections dot. There is a command method known as add all. And add all to what? Add all, like here we have this parameters and all collections arrays dot unmodifiable list add all. When elements are specially into this method provides a convenient way to add all elements to an existing. So how to do that? Collections dot add of okay. I can create a list here, something like this. I'll create a list here. First of all, I'll create a list string. First, I'll say list string. I'll just give the name of the list, that is a list is equal to, or list is equal to list is equal to new array list. I'll say array list, and here I'll write the less than greater than symbol here, and here I'll import this list from java.util package, and also I'll import this array list from java.util package. And once the list empty, this list is currently empty, guys. Okay, this list whatever I created here is currently empty. This particular list is currently empty, but we have the window IDs in the set of string. So I have to add all the elements of this set into this list. For that, add all, and here this is the thing that is having the data, and from to wait to what I have to add, I'll tell you. Here in the first place, you write the list. To the list, I want to add all the elements of this set of strings. Okay, window IDs you provided here. That's it. Put a semicolon. Let's see what is happening. Any problem here? Add all the method, add all collections in the type is not applicable for the arguments. List of, okay, this is not working out, guys. Is there any way we can add the window IDs here into this part? Or get window handles is getting you set of string. That is the same thing now. Okay. So how to use this add all method? We can find out. Collections dot add all. So let me go to ChatGPT here and find it out the solution. So I don't remember that in many days. So let's see how to use add all method of collections to add set elements to a list in Java. Let's see if that is provides any option or something. There's a set, and if you have to create a list here, there's one way is like my list dot add all my set. That's a direct way, right? There's nothing you have to do actually. Okay, I don't have to use collections here, guys. Simply list dot add all of, you just provide that window IDs, set of window IDs. That is very straightforward. I don't have to use collections or something here. I think this will work. I think this will work. It will add all the window IDs into the list. So it's not required, guys, but still, as per the instructions here you can also use list. They are saying how to use the list I'm showing. So get window handles will definitely return the window IDs in the form of set of strings, and that thing we have to add all. Okay. So, or we can also do one thing. If you want to reduce the number of lines here, just cut this part, remove this set of strings here, and directly provide that here. Okay, this also will work. You don't have to mention set of string like that. You don't have to mention. Using list, you can write like this. Okay, so list is equal to new array list. And here in the declaration side, you provide the type. And here list dot add all driver dot get window handles, which will return you set of string, but it internally will add to the array list. Okay, or list. Then after that, I can use for each loop. I can use normal for loop also in this case because that is part of the list, right? Int I is equal to 0, I can use now if I want, or for each loop I can use, or I less than list dot size, then I plus plus I can use. Once I convert that into array list, right, I'm eligible for using the normal for loop instead of for each loop, or I can use the for each loop also. That's also easy. Here simply I have to write driver dot switch to dot window of list dot get of index. This will get the first window ID. After switching to that, I just want to print out the title of the page. Driver dot get title. Driver dot get title. Have to print it out. Okay. And now run the code, and this will work seamlessly with the list. Also, we can do this stuff like okay, list dot add all and pass the set of strings, and that will be done. We are converting the set into a list by using that list dot add all command. Okay. List dot add all command will convert the set elements into the list, array list. And let's see, still it has to work fine. I think so. I am running 2 test cases now. Okay, the second test case will now run. The second test case will now start basically. You see, this is the second test case, actual test case that we are looking for. So we are able to run both the tests. Here multiple windows will be clicked. Multiple windows can be switched to multiple windows using the for each normal for loop and retrieve the titles, and you see all the titles of the page got printed. You see, like this also by converting the set into list, and then by using the normal for loop also we can do. Or if you don't want to use if you don't want to use the normal for loop with the list, there's a way to use for each loop again. For each and every list element is a string. So string here window ID colon list of window IDs. Okay, list of window IDs. List you say. Okay, here you can write it list of window IDs like that. You can write if you want to make it look good. So window ID, and here I'll simply say driver dot switch to dot window of that particular window ID, and whatever the window ID is there. For each loop, I'm using instead of normal for loop, guys. Okay, system dot out dot println driver dot get title. Okay, multiple ways are there, guys. Any way you can follow, no problem. Initial way is also fine. This way is also fine. Now I'm running both the test cases. You see, run all option is there. I'm just clicking on both the test cases will run one by one. So first test case will run. Let's see how many test cases will pass or fail this time. Since no verifications are there, no assertions are there, it will simply pass the test case no matter what. The first test case is running. We can clearly see only one window is coming up. The first test case, and that first test case is done. And now the second test case will run now. So it will click on multiple windows button, and multiple windows will open, and it will switch to multiple windows and get the titles and print the titles of the page. You see, second 2 test cases got executed, 2 got passed, and we got the title. We got the titles of every page here, and we got the title of the child tab, and it has closed the parent window and child window later. We know that, right? We have already automated that. With this, we have followed all the instructions on this page and all these instructions here and here, and we are able to handle the multiple windows. This is the way to handle multiple windows, guys. So hope, guys, with this practical demonstration, your confidence on automating the different test cases or scenarios in your application will get better. Your confidence will rise. Okay, that's the reason I am creating or automation scripts for this kind of things. Okay, so that you can learn, and with this confidence, you can apply in your projects and increase your confidence. So with that note, I am done with this particular, practice Selenium Java automation here session. Okay. So see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.